Happy Friday, friends. It's Diane. Make sure we have volume. We do. That's wonderful. And I can see our picture. Okay. All right. So, welcome. Welcome. Nice to have you. Thanks for stopping by. I got to tell you that I'm going to apologize real quick here because I was completely unprepared for today. I don't know why I was thinking today was Thursday, and I started working on my little birdie journal. I was going to sew some ruffles for him, and my calendar notification dinged, and I was thinking, I didn't have anything planned for today. So I looked at it, and I was like, oh, no, it's Friday. It's not Thursday. But it's been a busy September already. My hubby was out of town for work, and he's coming back today, so stayed busy all week without him here. And let me see, we had card buffet last Friday, so I wasn't on last Friday because I was preparing for those guests, and finished up card buffet this past week. So do I have a couple of those cards to show you? Oh, I may have a couple. One of the popular ones was the boho design card. We did that. We used, I forget what this was. Art? No, I forget the name of it. What else did we make? Oh yeah, we used Sailing Home. We did a masculine card with a torn edged on an embossed panel. Let me see. One of my favorite ones, we did the Nature's Harvest and the Meadow Die set, or Meadow Suite. Oh, and then we used Birthday Chick. Birthday Chick, of course, was a favorite. So we had quite a few cards going on. And so when I realized that today was Friday, and I had to come up with a 15-minute card in like 15 minutes, I was thinking, well, I have all these leftover panels. Oh, I lost you for a minute. I got scared. I thought you were gone. I have all these leftover panels and stuff from some of the cards over time that we haven't used. And I don't know if you're like me, I keep some card blanks ready just in case. Oh, that's really dirty. We're not going to use that for much. Maybe a background. But I thought this would be a great opportunity to use some of those up. And there is a way to do a quick card with those. And I'm way off the grid today. This is not Stampin' Up! Products because while we were having card buffet, my Stampers Anonymous Tim Holtz giant font stamps came. And I don't know about you, but I'm a Hocus Pocus fan. I love Hocus Pocus every Halloween. So when I saw this this whole set advertised, I knew I had to get it. So any large font that you have will work for this project. And we're going to go with the traditional sizes. I'm just going to use a card base and pick a pretty color that you want to do with your Halloween. Remember, it doesn't have to be orange and black. We can use purples. I have a rich raspberry scrap here, which is sort of like a, I don't know, kind of like a raspberry-ish purple, which is going to be really pretty with black. And we're going to use a layer of 4 by 5 1/4. Again, this can be a black mat that you're going to put under your stamped greeting, or it can be a piece of designer series paper, pattern paper, any Halloween design paper that you have. Just make sure you coordinate it, with your card base. Like some of the designer series papers that I have pulled out, they're scraps from years gone by. And so they are not going to be the exact same color as my cardstock that I have, but they match. Nobody's going to ever be able to tell. And then my top layer will be a 3 3/4 by 5 inch And I just have some white, basic white cardstock in that size that I'm going to maybe blending brush our color onto, and then stamp the greeting on. Maybe add a couple of little, we have some black matte dots from Stampin' Up, and trying to get to them without dropping cutting plates on my foot. Or any kind of a rhinestone, or anything that you have that matches your colors is going to work great. So, there's my black dots. So let's get started with I really didn't have a whole lot of dimensions to give you this time because they are just our basic sizes. I also have pulled out doilies. I thought maybe a doily might be kind of cute behind our brush blended panel. We'll see. We're going to see. We'll play. And I pulled out, over the years, I have, I can never get these open. It's because I'm getting old. I've punched out and cut out little bits and bobs here. These are my bats. If anybody has still, because it's not offered anymore, but the Stampin' Up bat punch, he always comes out at Halloween, because this cuts 3 bats at a time. But I always cut out a bunch and then save my little bats in here. So we're just going to mix and match. As I said, I've gone off the grid here today and not fully Stampin' Up. I do have my Stampin' Up Halloween papers. Whoop, tip myself backwards. And some of these, I can't tell you what set they're from. I don't know. Like, I love this paper, but I don't know what it's from. And I might use a couple pieces of that. This was last year's Magic in This Night Designer Series paper. And here's just what I was saying about the Blackberry Bliss. This is beautiful for Halloween, and I love the spiders on it. I might have to use that one right now. I liked this paper so much that I have 3 packs of it yet. Because I'm always afraid that I'm not going to have nice Halloween papers to use, and then the next year Stampin' Up comes out with some pretty Halloween papers, and it's like, oh, I'm worried about it for nothing. And we've used some of the ones with the Flirty Flamingo and Poppy Parade on the last couple of videos, so we're going to pull out some of this old stuff. These are really old. I have no idea where some of this stuff came from. Oh, look at the little black kitty cats. Yeah. Oh, and there's another ghost one. I know this is Stampin' Up because these are their 6x6 panels. I remember that little girl, that little witch. So, and I had 1 piece of this paper left. And this is really scraps in this one. I haven't got a clue. This is a little bit of everything, but it's got some really cool designs in it. And I don't know what this was ever called, but these are neat papers. Loved them. Oh, that's cute. So, any scraps that you have, any Halloween paper, alrighty? Oh. And I had pulled out some Fresh Freesia, terracotta tile. This was the Rich Razzle. Oh, this is Blackberry Bliss. This one's Rich Razzleberry. And since I have really stepped away from, well, I do have all my Stampin' Up inks, but I also have, I sometimes like VersaFine Clair. And I picked up a couple extra colors. I like their Nocturne. I think that their black is a very solid, crisp black ink. It's a very nice pigment ink. And when I went to that stamp scrap art tour this past summer, I picked up a couple other colors when I was there. I had Pinecone. Pinecone is a nice brown. I got Twilight. I had Shady Lane. I like that one. Morning Mist was a new one, and I had Chianti. Chianti I thought would be pretty for Halloween also. But I thought we might look at Morning Mist because that's not going to be quite as black as either Memento or the Nocturne ink. So don't be afraid to mix up your inks as well. Let me put my little dots over here out of the way. Get some cardstock. So I think this one I'm going to start with, let's just start with the terracotta tile or your orange card base. Take that dirty one out of there. It looks like it has pencil mark or something all over the bottom. Set these ones aside. So this is just my 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock that I've cut in half, scored and folded in half to make 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then we'll either use our black mat, as soon as I mixing up all our black mat of 4 by 5 1/4. And then here is my 3 3/4 by 5 piece of basic white. I need to pull my camera back this way a little bit. Am I going off? I'm so sorry. I was putting everything away from those card buffets, and I have stuff everywhere. So I said I was trying to work on my little fruity journal. And I think I'm going to use, when I go to stamp, I'm going to use my Stamparatus because because the main focal point of these cards is going to be our large font greeting. I'm going to want to make sure that it's nice and dark. And so if you have a Misty or your Stamparatus, whatever your positioning tool, even if you're using the old Stamp-A-Ma-Jig, so that you can re-stamp if you need to get a clear image. Okay. So since I'm using terracotta tile, I do have terracotta tile ink and some Cajun Craze and pumpkin pie. Let's just make this one orange. Those were those cutting mats that you just heard thump. That's why I didn't want them to fall on my foot. That would have hurt really bad. Okay, I'm going to start with a little bit of Cajun Craze here. Oh, and I forgot to get grab a paper towel to put my hand on there so I don't make fingerprints all over our ink. Oh, I'm running out of paper towels here. You can use a sticky note or whatever. I just like to have my hands on some kind of paper when I'm ink blending so that I don't make fingerprints in my wet ink. All right, let's try this again now. And I'm starting off kind of dark on my top. Blending my Cajun Craze down the card panel. Remember, you can add more, you can't take away. A little fuzzy. And then let's go into some terracotta tile. The terracotta tile is a retired Stampin' Up! Color. Very pretty color. It has a little bit of a red tint to it. It does resemble terracotta, just like your terracotta pots. It was a really very pretty color. So if you have, trying to think what other colors might be close. I'm not sure. We're going to get into pumpkin pie, and it is more orange. Don't be afraid to blend your colors. You know, you could even get some Mango Melody in between here, or that would be pretty. You know, it's a nice yellowy orange. As long as you're blending them into each other, it'll work pretty. And I wanted to get some Halloween cards done anyways. I need to get some more for our little shop down in Valant that I have my cards down there. They have every year Witches Night Out, which is a pretty popular, get it? Getting a lot of fuzzies here. It's a pretty popular event down there. I want the terracotta. I want to blend back in a little bit. So I wanted to make sure that I have some good Halloween cards down there for when the folks are down there shopping those specials. So I need more Halloween. Alrighty, we have a nice blend here going on. I'll darken this up a little bit more with whatever this color I was using is. Cajun Craze. One of my favorite autumn oranges. Okay. And let's get our, oh my goodness. Our muscles need some work here for them. All right, get my BohoStamper apparatus. And I think this one will start with, I like this, I'm here for the candy too. I think I have, I think one of those papers had some candy on there. So let's do, is this going to fit on my 3 3/4 by 5 inch panel? Now that I've moved everything around. Oh, it will. Yay. Oh, and you know what would be pretty on there then too? Would be some like glitter. Yeah. We have, and this is how I line my Stamparatus up. I usually will take my stamp and stamp it onto the grid paper. Oh, I lied. I kind of lay it out, figure out where I'm going to put my greeting panel, and then I use a little pencil and just make some marks. And I don't draw a line around the whole thing because I'll use this grid paper over and over again for however many cards. So I know right now that my pencil dotted lines are what I'm measuring for. Okay. So before I stamp on my inked paper, I'm going to stamp on my grid paper and make sure this is centered where I want it to be. So it looks like it has to go a little bit more to the right, I think. Right about there. No, I think it's just Kitty, honey. You heard Kitty down there. So now we're just going to do a test stamp on here to make sure that I have this lined up on the front panel straight. And actually, which one did I grab? Oh, this is the Morning Mist, so this is not going to be the dark one, and I'm going to switch that out and use Nocturne. But we'll see how. See, this is more of a gray. But for lining up purposes, think I'm good. Right, let's swap these. I want, yeah, I want Nocturne. Oh, much blacker, much darker. Very good. And then I can line my, just make sure I don't get this all over my card because it's pretty inky, even though this is going to be glued down. Now I'm going to line it back up inside where I have my little pencil marks. Put it on there because if I stamp a couple times, I don't want my paper to move. And this particular stamp set, I did happen to see when this was being released, and Tim Holtz did mention that, as you can see the little splotches in there, that the stamp sets were created that way on purpose. He wanted them to look like they were a little bit blotchy. So just an FYI, if you're doing this and you happen to have the same set, don't think that there's something wrong with your ink. It was designed to make it look splotchy like that. I don't know if I wet my sponges there. I don't think wet. Clean off my pad. And since I've pulled all my papers down here, I guess I'll fill you in on all of my specials and stuff. Since my birthday was yesterday, I'm offering some September birthday specials. So when you shop with BohoStamper on my Stampin' Up site and use the host code that I have on my website there, when you spend $50 or more, you will get a thank you from me with the brush metallic dots, the adhesive dots. And when you spend $100 in product, you're going to get the brushed metallic dots and pull this ribbon down and show you from the Harvest collection. I think it is out of that one. This is called Diamond Weave Ribbon. I want to get ink on it, but this is really a pretty ribbon. So you'll get 2 thank yous with a $100 purchase during the month of September. I also have upcoming September 14th. Oh, there's my notes on what my specials were. Yep, brush metallic dots and the open weave ribbon. We're going to have a brush show birthday bash. So brush shows or pigment sprinkles, depending on what brand. Look at this, isn't this great for just a quick card? Pigment sprinkles are just that. They are sprinkles, little powdered pigment, and they're very intense. So when you either have water on your cardstock and you sprinkle these pigment powders, or if you have the pigment powder on your cardstock and you spritz it with water, the color just explodes. It's beautiful. Pretty colors. And I've used them in the past quite frequently at Easter. I don't know why. I just think because the bright colors always make me feel happy at Easter, you know. Let's pop that up a little bit. And so yeah, we're going to have a workshop here. And we're going to have everything you need for 4 backgrounds, like the card bases and everything. And I'm thinking I'll probably just have some greetings die cut and ready to go for you. And it will be $20 for the workshop from 10 a.m. until noon. So we'll spend 2 hours making some pretty backgrounds, definitely on a plastic tablecloth. And I'll guarantee you there will not be any 2 alike, because they're just so random and pretty. Oh, I took that one off. Okay. Now we're going to lay those dots. These were actually from a Valentine's suite, believe it or not, that Stampin' Up! Had. Was it last year? Was it this year? Last year. Sorry, sniffling. I apologize. But we had these black matte dots. And they actually went really well with this suite, but I liked them, so I got some extra because I knew Halloween was coming. It does every year in October. And where is my little, there it is. Nope, that's my water brush. They kind of all looking the same here. I have too much stuff in my little pot there. Yeah, so like I said, I know I've gone off the grid from Stampin' Up, but sometimes, you know, these, they all just go together. I love everything. That's my problem. I like it all. Let's go with 5. This one's a little smaller. This is Wink Stella. Anybody who's not used to this, this is just a glitter pen. I'm just going to add a little sparkle since it is Hocus Pocus. So seriously, this really does not get much simpler to do a quick card. And again, you know, our blending makes that very easy. We'll do another one here with some designer series paper. And this is with just a font. No stamping and coloring of designs. So you don't have to get too wrapped up in all of the fancy designs and stuff. Can you see that glitter at all? Maybe not on camera. Wish. But it does show up. It's very simple but pretty. I like that. That's really cute. Okay. Let's do one with, since I'm anxious to do either Razzleberry or Blackberry Bliss, let's do one with that. Let's see. This is the Blackberry. I know I have Rich Razzleberry on my instructions for you. So I'm going to swap it out because I want to use the spider paper. And then I'll tell you what else is coming up in September, I believe. Let me concentrate for 1 minute here so I don't miscut my paper. Okay, so my base is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I'm going to do 4 7/8. And these were top folding tent style cards on just because that's the way my paper happened to be cut. As I said, these were leftovers from other projects. So 4 7/8 by 5 3/8 of designer series paper. And this will layer on here. I have my 3 3/4 by 5, and I can't cut it too much smaller because these fonts are big. That's not going to show up very well, though. I wonder if I could stamp right on there in black. Ooh, that would be pretty, huh? Let's try it. Yeah, it's only paper. I think we'll do trick or treat. And do I have any spiders? My mind is thinking about what I might have in my little plastic thing over there. Let me fold this down because it's not wanting to stay. Just crease it with my bone folder so that it'll stay closed. Let's see. Oh, I know what I have. Oh, good. I'm not going to put a panel on this one. All right, let me get this stamped on here, and this is going to be super quick anyway. So again, I'll line that up inside my dots. Or is this just a little bit bigger than my... That's okay, I can get it centered. Get this on here centered. Probably right about there, I think. Because this one's a little bit smaller. And because this plate has grid lines on it, I'm just looking at the grid line to see if my font is even horizontally. Looks good. Oops. Let's knock everything over. Should be back under here. I wonder if I should cut this down just to my 3 3/4 by 5 to fit it into that space and show a little bit more of my blackberry background. So we're just cutting off 1/4 inch. There we go. we need something sparkly on here. How about purple rhinestones? I know I have from the Wicked stamp set, by Stampin' Up, I have a spider, but I don't know that I want to stamp a spider on here. Where'd my cleaners go? Ooh, 10:37 already. Jeez. Oh, I had started to say my upline called from California the other day and asked me if I'd be interested in offering our customers a stamp camp day. I said, sure, that would be fun. So she's trying to get us all together here where we'll offer designs made by there are four different demonstrators here so far. Oh, that might be pretty, put in a black background. Just a very small black border. Yeah. And anyways, then all four of us would use the same stamping suite, whether we use the papers or just the stamp set, dies, punches, whatever it is we're going to use. Each of us will design a card, cut all the embellishments to send to our participating customers, and then have a live YouTube like where we make the cards. Now I know what I want. I want my either the holiday rhinestones or the pretty peacock ones with the purple in it. And I know I stuffed those down in here when we got done Wednesday. Oh goodness. Too many little sparkles and gems and diamonds and rubies. And oh, that'd be pretty. Or is that too purple? If I fall off my chair, someone call 911 for me while I'm digging under the table. What are these? Those are just out of some generic thing. I don't even know. Ooh. These were the iridescent pearls, so that's my winner right there. Yeah. Where'd that little plastic thing go? Let's see if we have any spiders or... Oh, okay. Halloween Town. Oh, that's another good show. I don't know if you guys enjoy Halloween as much as I do. And I am an amateur. My sister is the one just adores Halloween. Oh, this was from a paper pumpkin kit that we had. Little skeletons and... yeah, that was a cute set. Paper Pumpkin's got some cool things. Anybody's never tried those, those are a nice little monthly kit that you can subscribe to or just get one. And I think, what's coming up next? There's a pretty one. No spiders. Alright, well, we'll live without a spider. I had dots in there too. Yeah, so the stamp camp, she's trying to get it scheduled so that we can have this right before the end of September, so that if there's anything that customers would want to get, they could still take advantage of celebration, which ends in September. I guess I better glue this stuff together, right? It's not going to stay together by itself. So that'll come before we know it. And my dilemma is, depending on the set that everybody decides on, and what our designs are going to be. So I would have paper and supplies cut to share with my customers. I'm going camping next week and I'm not going to have internet. So if I have to order supplies, I need to kind of know that really fast. So on the insides of these, I think, boy, we didn't even have to blend on this one because the paper already did that for us. Which again is why, oh, look at that, I ripped that right off of there. Goofball. Why pattern paper makes it so easy to get cards done quickly. I must have used these on a project too for people because I have strips already cut. Oop, come back, come back, come back. Could put eyeballs on here. I have eyeballs. This one. And this one. Oh, you have a little more pinkish purple to you. That one's a little greener. Cute. Let's see, should I glitter the, I do like the glitter on the words. Let's add the little Winkastella to that too. Yeah, why not? Doesn't take a lot, just glitters it up a bit. So I think, as I was saying, my inside readings for this are just going to be from any of my Halloween sets that I have down here. I know the Magic in This Night one that a lot of this paper was from. It had some pretty cool sayings. Oh, that's off my take a pic. That's not going to fit on here. Two really, really quick, easy cards. I'm doing one more because I would like to use, I want to use this orange dotted paper with that terracotta tile, and I'm going to use that panel that I said was a little bit grungy on the end. And see, this paper's got different shades of orange in it, so even though it's not terracotta tile, it's really going to be pretty. And I might put this on, how about a black card base? And I'm going to blend my white card panel with some more terracotta tile, I think. So this one's going to be layered up pretty good. And because I think what I want to do, I don't know why I'm anxious to use a doily, but I am. Get rid of these little pearl things out of the way before I end up having them stuck all over everything. Those were a good find here. Iridescent pearls. Those are cool for Halloween. And there are some orangey ones in there. Good to know. Alright. Oh, I hate those crinkly bags. I'm so sorry, but they do keep my stuff a little bit organized. So, oh, let's see. We have snowflake ones and I think there's orange. There is orange. Oh, that's a pearly one. That's an old one. Pearlescent. Pretty though. Its own sparkle right in itself there. Well, those were from the one Valentine. Oh, there's more orange in there. Good. And that's just one little doily. Aww, little doily by himself. That's good. I can get rid of the little packaging. Those were from color doilies. I don't think we still have color doilies. I know there are square vellum doilies. That would work pretty too. We use those on the on that harvest card that I showed you. All right, so let's keep those out for a minute, and I'll see what we're gonna do. I have to cut this one down. So this one I want to be just a bit smaller. I'm gonna make sure I cut off that dirty edge. Glue and string and tape runner and much stuff. That'll work, and then I can put that side down. That looks much better. 4 7/8. That'll layer onto my card base. So this one will be 4 by 5 1/4. And then traditionally we would go to 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, already cut. Yay. I'm gonna add some more of this. Let's see, you want to use maybe some pumpkin pie and the terracotta. And I think this one I'm going to just say, maybe I'll do Boo. I know I want to do I put a spell on you, but I think I'm gonna, that's more than a 15-minute card for what's in my mind, because I want to heat emboss and make it sparkly, and yeah, we'll get to that one. So maybe this one I'll just do Boo. So maybe my Boo would look good. Oh, I know what I'll do. Okay, got it. So I'm going to use a 3-inch circle, which I obviously didn't clean after I used blue ink on it. So let me fix that while we are ink blending the paper, because I don't want blue on this card. Yeah, I'm even getting blue on my hand from it. I know I didn't wipe that off before. That was bad. Okay, so I'm going to start in the center of this with a little bit of the lighter color orange and blend it outwards. So I'll start with pumpkin pie. You have to go over here for right now, little guy. Now I can use the terracotta tile and come in from the outside, but I'm going to put this here so that it leaves a nice little circle of pale orange to stamp Boo in. How about it? Let's see how that works. It might not. Oh, and then we'll put a bat on it. Maybe I'll get real crazy here. We'll put a little bit of that misty gray stuff around the outer edge too. Yeah. Let's get it scooped up a little bit more. I really don't care that I have some lighter and darker here. I kind of like it right now. Being a couple different shades of orange. I do want to blend a little more pumpkin pie outward though. Oh. That one's starting to look a little bit dry, and I don't think I have a refill for that. So when that one's gone, it's gone. That kind of makes me sad. But I guess all good things must come to an end. And there will be new colors coming again, so it'll be good. Oh, we moved it. Don't move. Please don't move. Because it'll make my edge not be pretty. Now let's just add a little bit of that. Let's try that. What is it called? Morning Mist. Around the outer edges and give it a little bit of a morning mist look to it. Let me find my gray brush. I don't know how this, it's a pigment ink also, so it should blend pretty. So you can Where are we getting at? Oh, it's almost 11. I thought it was going to be cool and get 3 cards done today. Well, I will. We're just about done with this one. We'll add a couple bats on the front once it's glued together. Oh, I gotta stamp it yet. Key point there, right? We need to stamp our greeting. That would be bad. I think either I don't think it's this ink. The guy must be painting out back. I think he works on cars sometimes. Smelling some paint, and it's not my paint. A bit of misty morning. Spooky. Okay. So let's just add Boo to this. Oh, see, there I go again. I wasn't going to clean my circle off. And these circles are circles that I just cut out of a piece of acetate. I use my circle punches or dies and cut various sizes of them so that I just have them always to use as a mask. And then I just keep them in a little jar on my table so I have them handy as I need them. Okay, Boo. Well, I guess I do want this lined up in the middle of my moon, don't I? I was going to say I could put this more towards the top or the bottom and then add our bats, but I kind of want it to overlap the moon. Cool. Okay. Well, other than the ink blending for stamping, we really didn't use a lot of different color either, just black ink for stamping. So if you're not blending, you could get away with just black. I was trying to decide if I want to stamp again. And if you don't have, I just threw my cleaner on the floor. My chamois. If you don't have brushes, you can also blend with sponges or, the little makeup, little foam makeup pads. You can use those for blending. I still use those once in a while. I have a little container of them right behind me. So you don't necessarily have to have brushes. Or if you're going to, you can use just dollar store makeup brushes if you don't have any from any of the stamp. Sorry, I'm trying to concentrate here. And sometimes I can't talk and chew gum at the same time. Sometimes I can, not always. I was trying to think that I want to put like a ribbon or something different on this one. Just not sure that I want it to be frilly. I think I'll layer this one and then pop up the orange, the terracotta panel. Oh, what other news? No other news, I think. I think I caught y'all up on everything. So if you're interested in doing some brusho card backgrounds, I guess I should put my email up here for you. Just contact me at Dian at BohoStamper.com. Remember, that's Dian without an E. So if you're trying to email me, you need to not add an E. And let me get a bat and put on him. As soon as I remember where I put... Where did I put those little Halloween things? Oh, right there. My little bat. I think I'm going to have to cut some more. It doesn't really look like I have a whole lot in there. Oh, see, these are so pretty too. I digress. Sorry. There they are. Come here, little bats. I have a helping hand. Oh, and you know what I can use on this? I have black mini glue dots. And these were different shapes too that come out of the punch. So I say that, you know, I have black mini glue dots, sure. I just have to remember where they're at. Right there. Oh, I was more ready than I thought. These black ones come in very handy for this stuff because, especially like on these little teeny tiny wings, if a piece of the glue dot is hanging out the bottom or something, it's not anywhere near as noticeable as the little white ones. So that was a really good stuck. That was a very good thing to come up with. This one looks like Batman, doesn't it? And don't forget about my birthday specials that I'm offering with the ribbon and the metallic, brush metallic dots. So get over there and get your orders in. We'll see, celebration ends here at the end of September, so this is a good chance to get some things that you need and get a couple freebie items. Watch for our stamp camp details coming up, and there are some Halloween quick cards. I always forget to do that and take it back to the dimensions before I come on. So, a couple minutes over today. I apologize for keeping you so long. Have a wonderful weekend. I am not filming next week. I am out of office. So I will see you guys in a week. Enjoy the nice weather out there and go start your holiday crafting. Bye, everyone. See you soon.